If you've ever thought like this, maybe this is just how my body is now, maybe I'm just meant to be overweight, maybe I should just accept it and give up trying, I understand that feeling. I've watched my wife Angela struggle through it. The quiet desperation, the hidden tears, the moment when hope starts to die. For her, it happened when she hit menopause at 49. Suddenly pounds appeared out of nowhere, 5, then 15, then 28. Her doctor simply shrugged and said, "It's normal, just eat less and move more." But she was eating less. She was moving more, and nothing changed. This is what the weight loss industry doesn't want you to know. If you're over 40, your struggling isn't your fault. It's not about willpower. It's not about trying harder. It's not even about your diet or your exercise routine. It's about what's happening inside your cells. Harvard researchers recently confirmed that after 40, the mitochondria in your cells, the tiny engines that produce energy and burn fat, start to shut down. By 50, most Americans have less than 36% of their mitochondria still functioning. That's why no diet works anymore. That's why exercise barely makes a difference. That's why the pounds keep coming no matter what you do. Your body has literally forgotten how to burn fat. But what if you could wake those sleeping mitochondria back up? What if you could flip your body's fat-burning switch back on, just like when you were young? It sounds impossible, yet thousands of Americans over 40 are doing exactly that without brutal diets, punishing exercise routines, or dangerous medications, all because of a simple tea ritual from Costa Rica's Nicoya Peninsula, one of the only places on Earth where obesity is virtually non-existent and people routinely live past 100 in perfect health. Here are just a few stories I found of incredible transformations.
I gained a lot of weight when I was pregnant, a lot of weight. And in fact, I was almost 200 pounds. And I just couldn't get it off no matter what I tried. I was about to give up, and then my doctor mentioned this Costa Rican tea that is supposed to help you get your weight off. I was like, well, why not? Sure enough, slowly, the weight started coming off. In fact, it took about 8 months and I lost over 60 pounds. It's amazing.
Nothing worked until my wife and I tried this Costa Rican tea. I lost 52 pounds and my wife reached her ideal weight too. And my blood pressure is completely normal. She says we look as good as when we first got married. This tea gave us our lives back.
I used to feel bloated, tired, and stuck. I had stubborn belly fat that I couldn't shake no matter how healthy I ate. This Costa Rican tea completely changed all that. Not only did I lose 38 pounds, but I feel lighter, calmer, and more me than I have in decades.
I even tried Monjaro injections for 2 months, but the side effects were awful. I felt sick, drained, and I gained it all back once I stopped. Then I found this yummy Costa Rican tea on Facebook. After just 2 months of drinking a few cups daily, I've already lost 32 pounds. And for the first time in years, I feel confident, radiant, and truly attractive again.
I'm Mark Sullivan, and today's Wellness Report episode is more personal than ever before. I discovered this tea while desperately searching for anything that could help Angela. When I brought it home, neither of us expected much. After all, we'd tried everything. But within days, something remarkable happened. Her constant hunger and cravings for sweets disappeared. Her energy returned. She started sleeping better. And the numbers on the scale started moving consistently for the first time in years. Today, she's down 48 pounds, all the 28 pounds she gained during menopause, and 20 more that she'd carried for years. I started drinking it too, just to support her, and lost 16 pounds off my belly without changing anything else in my routine. But our story pales compared to our first guest, Barbara Millen, who was 291 pounds when she collapsed in front of her young son during a family vacation. Doctors warned her she might not live to see him grow up. Then, through what can only be called divine intervention, she discovered the same Costa Rican tea ritual. Within a year, she'd lost 167 pounds without diet, without exercise, without giving up the foods she loves. Her doctor was so shocked, he accused her of having a secret surgery. What makes this tea so different is that it actually fixes the real problem. University of Utah researchers discovered it contains a unique combination of compounds that do something remarkable. They revive dying mitochondria, reigniting your slow metabolism while blocking the production of new fat, turning your body back into the fat-burning machine it was in your 20s. Their study was so revolutionary that a major weight loss company immediately paid $2.3 million to buy it. Unfortunately for the millions and millions of overweight Americans, they buried it. Why? Because they knew it would make their expensive pills, powders, and programs obsolete. But today, thanks to Dr. Dean, our second guest, and the brilliant nutritionist who reverse engineered this formula, this tea is finally available to Americans who've lost hope. And the results? Nothing short of life-changing. Have a look at the few we found on their social media profiles.
After 2 weeks, I noticed I had lost 14 pounds and 2 inches off my waistline, even though I wasn't doing anything unusual. All I was doing was drinking 4 cups of this Costa Rican tea. My name is Stacy, and I'm 51, and I went from 261 pounds to 159 pounds in just 6 months by drinking this pretty unknown Costa Rican tea. Everyone should try this Costa Rican tea because it literally changed my life.
I lost 46 pounds since I started. But what makes me the happiest is that my cholesterol levels are healthy again.
Now, after having lost 53 pounds, I have much younger men approaching me every single week.
I lost 8 pounds in the first week and a total of 48 pounds since I started.
These aren't anomalies. They represent over 50,000 Americans who've transformed their bodies with this yummy tea. Most after decades of trying everything else without success. Look, I understand the skepticism. If you've been disappointed before, it's hard to believe that something as simple as a tea could change everything. But unlike dangerous injections that hijack your hunger signals or brutal diets that leave you miserable, this tea ritual works with your body, reviving its natural ability to burn fat while flooding you with energy. It's what researchers are now calling the anti-Ozempic solution, because instead of masking symptoms, it addresses the root cause. And now, you'll hear the science from Dr. Dean himself. You'll hear Barbara's emotional journey from hopelessness to vibrant health. And you'll learn exactly how this tea ritual is helping thousands reclaim their bodies, their confidence, and their lives. So if you've ever felt that your body has betrayed you, if you've ever thought, maybe I should just give up, if you've ever wondered if anything will ever work for you, stay right here. Because when those dormant mitochondria wake up and start burning fat again, just like they did when you were young, everything changes. Your body changes, your energy changes, your life changes. Joining me today are 2 remarkable guests who transformed over 50,000 lives with this long-forgotten Costa Rican tea ritual. First, we have Barbara Millen, the woman who lost an astonishing 167 pounds after discovering the Costa Rican tea tradition during what she calls the most embarrassing moment of her life. And our second guest, Dr. Dean, a homeopathic health practitioner and nutritionist, graduate of the University of Utah, who reverse engineered this powerful formula after uncovering research that a major weight loss company tried to bury for over a decade. Barbara and Dean, thank you both for being here today.
Thank you so much for having me, Mark. I'm excited to share my story.
It's great to be here, Mark. What we're discussing today could change millions of lives.
Barbara, I'd like to start with you. You called your discovery of this Costa Rican tea ritual a miracle in disguise. Can you take us back to the moment, what you've described as the most embarrassing day of your life?
Of course, Mark, though it's still hard to talk about it sometimes. It was in the middle of July, about 3 years ago. My husband Ken, our son Michael, and I were on vacation at Silver Lake. It was supposed to be the perfect family getaway, but I was miserable in my own skin. At that time, I weighed 291 pounds. I couldn't even look in a mirror without feeling shame. Just walking from our hotel room to the pool left me winded and sweating.
What led to that point in your life? How did you reach 291 pounds?
It happened gradually over many years. I mean, I was never thin, but after Ken and I got married, we stretched ourselves financially to buy our dream house. I took a second job as a waitress to help with the mortgage. Between the stress, exhaustion, and irregular hours, I turned to comfort food, pizza, ice cream, chocolate. The weight piled on. Then came the pregnancy, which added another 40 pounds. After Michael was born, I tried everything to lose the weight. Meal delivery services, home gym equipment, fitness classes, HIIT, Zumba, you name it. Every diet imaginable. Fat loss factor, 3-week diet, intermittent fasting, Venus factor. Each time I'd lose a few pounds, but then gain it all back, plus more. Within a few years, I'd put on over 70 pounds. At 291, I couldn't look at myself without crying. My marriage was falling apart because I was too ashamed to be intimate with my husband.
And that brings us to that day at Silver Lake.
Yes, it was an incredibly hot day. I'd been watching Michael play in the pool, but the heat was becoming unbearable. He was playing with a girl 1 to 2 years older than him who suddenly asked him why his mother was so fat. Everyone around us heard her. It was the most embarrassing moment of my life. My heart started racing, so I asked Michael to come out so I could rest under an umbrella where Ken was reading. As we walked across the pool deck, I started feeling nauseated. A horrible headache came on suddenly. My breathing became heavier and heavier. It felt like everyone was staring at how fat I was, which made everything worse. I wanted to call Ken for help, but before I could, everything went black.
So you collapsed right there at the pool.
Yes. I woke up in an ambulance, headed to the hospital. When Ken and Michael joined me later, I could see Michael had been crying. He started again as soon as he saw me. The look on his face, hopeless and frightened, it broke my heart, Mark. I knew something like this had been coming. Doctors had warned me about the risks of being severely overweight. 62% more likely to have a heart attack, 64% more likely to have a stroke, 81% more likely to have a coronary artery disease. The thought of not seeing Michael grow up was unbearable. I prayed for a miracle.
And that's when your miracle arrived. Though not in the way you might have expected.
Exactly. The doctor said it was just heat exhaustion, but they warned me that I might not be so lucky next time unless I addressed my weight and health issues. We decided to stay for the rest of our vacation. The next day, I met Isabella, our hotel housekeeper. There was something remarkable about her that caught my attention immediately.
What was it that stood out about Isabella?
She was 71 years old, Mark, but she looked like she was in her 40s, like early 40s, almost no wrinkles, slim, absolutely bursting with energy. She was cleaning over 30 rooms by herself every day. When I mentioned this to her, she smiled and told me she was from Nicoya Peninsula in Costa Rica. We started talking and I just broke down and told her everything. My weight struggles, my health scare, my fears of leaving my son motherless. She hugged me, and the next morning Isabella knocked on my door and handed me 2 jars filled with what she called a traditional Costa Rican tea. She told me people in her hometown drink this tea daily. In fact, she'd been drinking this tea blend since she was 15 years old. A morning tea and a different evening tea, and that's why she looked so young and had so much energy.
But you didn't try it right away, did you?
No. Our vacation ended and I took the tea home, but I was afraid to try it. After so many disappointments, I couldn't bear another failure. The jars sat untouched for 10 days. Then one evening, Ken brought me a cup of the evening tea and said, "Honey, it's time. I really feel this one's gonna work." The flavor was beautiful. I slept better that night than I had in years. The next morning, I tried the morning tea. Within hours, I felt this incredible boost of energy that I hadn't experienced in decades.
How soon did you notice the changes?
After just 7 days, I stepped on the scale and was shocked. I'd lost 5 pounds. For the first time in years, I felt hope. After 30 days of drinking both teas, morning and evening, I lost 21 pounds and nearly 4 inches off my waistline. I hadn't changed my diet or started exercising. The only difference was the tea.
That's remarkable. But then you hit a roadblock, didn't you?
Yes. Both tea jars were almost empty. I called the hotel, desperate to speak with Isabella, but they told me her 98-year-old mother had passed away and she'd returned to Costa Rica. I was devastated. For the first time in decades, I found something that worked for me and now it was gone. Ken found me crying that evening. He promised me we'd figure it out somehow.
And that's when Dr. Dean enters the story. Dr. Dean, how did you get involved?
A friend of Ken's connected us. When Ken explained Barbara's situation, I was immediately intrigued, especially because my own wife, Catherine, had been struggling with unexplained weight gain. Barbara sent me the remaining tea, and I began analyzing it in my lab. And what I discovered was absolutely fascinating.
What exactly did you find?
Well, first I scoured medical journals and research databases for any mention of Costa Rican tea tradition. The only thing I found was a research paper published by scientists from the University of Utah. Now, they had tested the tea from Nicoya, Costa Rica on 132 overweight participants. The results were stunning. Without diet or exercise changes, the participants lost an average of 31 pounds in just 3 months.
Wow, that's incredible. What did the researchers conclude?
Well, the paper showed that the tea dramatically increases mitochondrial activity in cells up to 53%. Now, this is crucial because mitochondria are the tiny organelles that convert food into energy. As we age, especially after 40, the number of active mitochondria in our cells decreases significantly. Now, this is why metabolism slows and weight loss becomes nearly impossible, particularly in women entering menopause. But this unique tea blend actually revitalizes these dormant mitochondria and even stimulated the production of new ones. The cells could then efficiently burn fat again, just like they did in youth.
If these results were so remarkable, why haven't we heard about this research before?
Well, that's where things get interesting. Mark, I called a colleague at the University of Utah, and I learned that after the study was published, one of America's largest weight loss companies invested $2.3 million to continue the research. But then, nothing. No follow-up papers, no announcements, complete silence for over 10 years.
Are you suggesting they buried the research?
Well, the evidence points that way. If this tea simply could help people lose significant weight without their expensive programs or pills or subscription plans, well, let's just say that it would have been very bad for their bottom line.
So, what did you do with this information?
So I analyzed the tea Barbara sent me and identified every ingredient. The morning tea contained green tea, oolong tea, orange peel, lemongrass, ginger, and dandelion leaf. Now, these just aren't random plants. They're supported by hundreds of studies showing they increase metabolism, improve digestion, and aid in weight loss. But I realized we could make the formula even more effective by adding 3 additional ingredients: ginseng root, Garcinia cambogia, and monk fruit.
What made you choose those additions?
Research from Stanford University showed that a Garcinia cambogia and ginseng root combination prevented fat accumulation even when subjects consumed 3,400 calories daily for 57 days. Adding to these already powerful tea mix would not only further boost metabolism and energy, but also help reduce cravings and stop the production of new fat cells. And the monk fruit is a natural sweetener with anti-inflammatory properties, 0 calories and no impact on blood sugar, making it perfect for diabetics while improving the taste.
And what about the evening tea?
The evening blend was equally impressive. Senna leaves, licorice root, peppermint leaves, fennel fruit, cinnamon bark, dandelion leaves, lemongrass, and ginger. Now, this combination helps detoxify the body, increase longevity, reduce cravings, improve digestion, reduce constipation, induce calmness, and promote better sleep. There are literally thousands of clinical studies supporting the benefits of these ingredients. And again, I added monk fruit to enhance the flavor without adding any calories.
Barbara, what happened when Dr. Dean created this enhanced version of the tea?
Dr. Dean sent the formula to an FDA-registered, GMP-certified manufacturing facility. When we finally received the first batch, I was so excited, but still skeptical since I'd gained weight during the 3 months without the tea. But it worked even better than Isabella's original tea. Every morning, I could feel the powerful ingredients flowing through my body, igniting my metabolism and energy levels. My sugar cravings disappeared completely, along with bloating and gassiness. Every evening, the delicious evening tea helped me relax and sleep better, and I was waking up completely refreshed and energized. The weight started melting off consistently. After 30 days on Dr. Dean's tea, I dropped 29 pounds. My joints felt smoother, my skin became radiant, and my hair regained its volume. The most amazing part was watching my stomach and thighs shrink day by day. All the fat I used to grab in disgust simply disappeared, and the cellulite on my thighs was replaced by smooth skin.
So how much weight did you lose altogether?
In total, 167 pounds, Mark. I went from 291 pounds to 124. But it wasn't just the weight. My blood pressure, cholesterol, and blood sugar improved dramatically. I now have the health markers of much younger women who are in perfect health. Even my face looks more youthful and radiant. I feel at least 10 years younger and so much happier.
That's incredible, Barbara. And Ken lost weight too, right?
Yes. Ken started drinking the tea with me and lost 17 pounds, mostly from his belly. Our marriage is stronger than ever. He can't keep his hands off me.
Well, I'm sure you guys are very happy. Curious, did you ever get a chance to thank Isabella for giving you those original tea jars that changed your life?
That's actually another incredible story, Mark. I desperately wanted to thank Isabella in person for what she'd done for me, so we returned to the same hotel at Silver Lake. But when we checked in, we were told she never returned from Costa Rica after her mother passed away. But something even more remarkable happened during that trip. While walking through the lobby, I ran into one of the staff members who had been there the previous year, the same person who had helped after I collapsed from heat exhaustion. He looked right at me, smiled politely, and asked if he could help me with anything. He didn't recognize me at all.
He didn't know it was you.
No, not at all. So I reminded him about the incident, about the woman who collapsed by the pool the previous summer. His face went completely blank. He said, "That was you? That's impossible." He literally couldn't believe that the healthy, slim woman standing in front of him was the same person who'd been rushed to the hospital the year before. I even showed him photos on my phone of me at 291 pounds, and he kept looking back and forth between the photo and me in disbelief.
This is actually quite common among our clients. Many report that people who haven't seen them in a while don't recognize them at first. The transformation is that dramatic.
What touched me most, though, was when Michael tugged on my hand as we walked away. He looked up at me and said, "Mom, I like that they didn't know you. It means I never have to worry about losing you like that again." In that moment, I realized what a gift this transformation had been, not just for me, but for my entire family. I wasn't just changing how I looked, I was changing my future and theirs.
What a powerful moment. Wow. Any other people who haven't recognized you?
Oh, Mark. It happens all the time now. Just a few months ago, I ran into my former doctor at Walmart. I was pushing my cart past the pharmacy section and he was standing right there. I smiled and said hello, and he just gave me that polite nod you give to strangers. He had no idea who I was, the same doctor who had lectured me for years about just eating less and exercising more. I couldn't resist. I stopped and said, "Dr. Mitchell, it's Barbara Millen." The look on his face, Mark, complete shock. He kept stammering, that's impossible. He actually asked me right there in the store if I'd had gastric bypass surgery. When I told him about the tea, he just shook his head in disbelief.
See, the reaction is actually quite common. The medical establishment has been conditioned to believe that significant weight loss is impossible without surgical intervention.
Now when I see old acquaintances, I sometimes don't even tell them who I am. It's become a bit of a gift, seeing who recognizes me despite the changes and who sees me as a completely different person.
Looks like you're having lots of fun, Barbara. So, Dr. Dean, after seeing Barbara's transformation, you decided to test the tea more widely, correct?
Absolutely. Yeah, Barbara's results were remarkable. We also had my wife Catherine, who lost 34 pounds and dropped 5 dress sizes and was so happy with the transformation. But as a scientist, I needed more data. I still had 316 pouches of both morning and evening tea, so I decided to give them to at least 50 people to use for 6 months. I recruited volunteers who were all over 40 and at least 30 pounds overweight. Now, many had tried numerous weight loss methods without success.
And what were the results?
Nothing short of extraordinary. See, the moment they started drinking the tea, most experienced more energy than they'd had in the previous 10 years. Their metabolic rate had increased by up to 132%. Their cravings and appetites diminished significantly. The fat around their stomach seemed to vanish. Back pain, joint pain, other aches disappeared. Brain fog lifted. Stress and anxiety reduced dramatically. And their sex drives, they returned. After 6 months, 41 out of 50 participants had lost over 43 pounds each. The remaining 9 lost over 31 pounds each, and all without giving up foods like chocolate, pizza, ice cream, cheeseburgers, or pasta.
So, you and Barbara decided to partner up and make this tea available to others, right?
Yes. The results were too significant to keep to ourselves. We created what we now call the all-day slimming tea, the only scientifically proven slimming tea that rejuvenates dormant mitochondria so they produce energy and burn fat 24/7 like they did when you were young.
Let's hear from some people who benefited from the all-day slimming tea.
I've always tried to live a healthy lifestyle, but for years, something just felt off. I was constantly bloated, my digestion was sluggish, and my belly fat would not budge, no matter how clean I ate or how often I walked. Then, a friend gifted me a sample of all-day slimming teas, and it changed everything. The morning tea, it gave me lasting energy, and the evening tea helped my bloating and helped me sleep like a baby. I lost 38 pounds, and I feel like the woman I was always meant to be. This tea didn't just help me lose weight, it helped me reclaim myself.
Thanks to All Day Slimming Tea, I lost 44 pounds just in time for my sister's wedding, where everyone complimented me. You know, before I started drinking the tea, I was really worried that being overweight would embarrass my sister. Thanks to All Day Slimming Tea, I looked great at her wedding, which I know made her very happy. This wedding was one of the best moments of my entire life.
You know, on top of being overweight, I've always been constipated. I'd spend at least 30 minutes in the bathroom, sometimes even more. But now, these all-day slimming teas have changed everything. Ever since I started drinking these teas daily, I finished my business there in just 5 minutes. and I've lost 31 pounds. Oh, I still have a few more to go, but I don't have the words to describe how good it feels.
I've been overweight ever since my first pregnancy, and with time, I just gained more weight. I was close to 200 pounds, and I just gave up trying as nothing was working. And God, my doctor told me about all-day slimming tea and gave me back my hope. The morning tea tastes delicious and fires up my metabolism and energy, while the evening tea improves my digestion and helps me sleep better. Slowly, the weight started to fall off, and in just 8 months of drinking this tea daily, I've lost a whopping 56 pounds. I still drink it daily, and it's amazing.
I'm 54 and I've been carrying an extra 50 pounds for almost 2 decades. My doctor warned me, I said for a heart attack, but nothing worked. Not the gym membership, not the low-carb diet, nothing. My wife was also overweight, so she ordered a 6-month supply of the all-day slimming tea after seeing it online. And honestly, I only started drinking it to support her. But within 6 weeks, I'd lost 26 pounds, mostly around my gut. And she lost 22 pounds. Now I'm down 52 pounds total, can keep up with the grandkids, and my blood pressure dropped from dangerously high to completely normal. My wife, she reached that ideal weight for the first time in years. She even says we look as good as when we got married. The all-day slimming tea gave us our lives back.
As you see, Mark, the transformations have been incredible. There's so many more. Take Jenna, who's 57. After struggling with her weight for 12 years, the all-day slimming tea worked like magic. She lost 61 pounds just in time for her daughter's wedding. She felt beautiful and so confident. Then there's Patty, a 47-year-old bank manager who gained significant weight after being transferred to a branch in a nearby town. She'd been constipated most of her adult life, but within her first month of drinking her tea, she lost 18 pounds and completely resolved her constipation issues. She went on to lose a total of 46 pounds and says she feels decades younger.
And I understand there are even more dramatic transformations.
Yes. Megan, a 44-year-old mother of 3, finally shed the 74 pounds she'd accumulated during her pregnancies. She was stuck at 206 pounds, losing and regaining the same 10 pounds for over 2 years. Once she started drinking the all-day slimming tea, she broke through that plateau and kept going until she reached 132 pounds, her high school weight. She says she feels like she's been given a second chance at life. And there's Stacy, who dropped over 100 pounds, and so many more. You know what, Mark? Just play some of the videos we received from our clients.
I would drink 3 to 4 cups of this morning tea every single day, and then 1 cup of this tea in the evening. That's what made me lose up to 6 pounds a week without even trying. No exercise, no dieting, absolutely nothing. Only this tea. I've been in my ideal weight for the last 5 months. But the best part is, to this day, I have not gained back a single pound.
Because the tea tasted really great, and I felt such a boost to my energy. I sometimes had 5 and even 6 teas a day. Now, after just a few months, I am down 46 pounds and I'm so happy. You know why? My last checkup, my doctor said my blood pressure and cholesterol levels have improved so much that I didn't have to worry about my health. What a relief.
This tea is truly a miracle. I lost 92 pounds, and I can't believe how many things I'm able to do now and how much energy I have.
I felt stuck, and it's been over 10 years of just failing over and over. And when a colleague from work told me about the all-day slimming tea, I didn't even want to listen to her. But, she was losing 4, 5, and even 6 pounds a week, so I decided to give the tea a shot. The first thing that I noticed was the delightful taste. It wasn't like all those other weight loss teas that tasted more like boiled grass. This had a comforting and aromatic flavor. Slowly, I started to observe a change, not just in my weight, but in my overall relationship with food. And then over the next few months, not only did my ballooning tummy begin to flatten, but the numbers on the scale also consistently went down. Now, I'm down 53 pounds lighter, and once again, I feel like the youthful, vibrant version of myself.
I'm 48 pounds lighter, and with this flat tummy I thought I'd never see again. My sister lost even more weight than me. And just this past weekend, we went shopping. We had so much fun.
Thanks to the all-day slimming tea,
pasta, pizza night with the girls, ice cream, brownies, or cheesecake. I can enjoy them without that nagging guilt. I'm so happy.
I gotta say, I was shocked when I stepped on the scale after the first week and saw that I had lost 5 pounds. So I started drinking more of the tea every single day ever since. And I am so happy I did, because not only have I lost 36 pounds, but my blood sugar is where it should be. Very healthy.
And my wife, Angela, experienced similar results. She lost all 28 pounds she'd gained during menopause, plus 20 pounds she had carried for years. And I lost 16 pounds by drinking the all-day slimming tea alongside her. Dr. Dean, let's delve deeper into the science. So what is it that makes this tea so effective when other weight loss methods fail?
It all comes down to what happens in your cells after age 40, Mark. Harvard researchers have confirmed that, well, as we age and we pass 40, the mitochondria in our cells begin to die off. By 50, most Americans have less than 36% of their mitochondria still functioning. Now, this mitochondria decline is why metabolism slows dramatically, why energy levels drop, and why fat accumulates regardless of diet or exercise. It's particularly severe for women entering menopause.
So conventional weight loss advice doesn't work because it's not addressing the root cause?
Exactly. Diets, exercise programs, even medications, they're all trying to force a broken system to work harder. But if your mitochondria are dormant or dying, nothing will help you until you fix that fundamental problem.
And that's where the ingredients in the all-day slimming tea come in?
Yes. And what makes these ingredients so special is where they come from. The Nicoya Peninsula and Costa Rica have some of the richest, most nutrient-dense soil on Earth. Plants growing there develop unique properties you simply won't find anywhere else. Our morning tea contains green tea and oolong tea grown in this mineral-rich volcanic soil. See, these aren't ordinary teas. They contain up to 300% more active compounds than teas grown elsewhere. The orange peel in our blend comes from rare Costa Rican oranges that have adapted to the unique microclimate of Nicoya. These peels contain 5 times more D-limonene, a powerful compound that helps activate mitochondria.
What about the other ingredients?
The lemongrass in our formula is harvested from high-altitude regions of Nicoya, where plants produce significantly higher concentration of citral. It's a compound shown to increase fat oxidation by up to 217% in clinical studies. Our ginger is grown in nutrient-rich coastal soils where it develops nearly twice the gingerol content of standard ginger. Gingerol has been shown to increase metabolic rate by up to 20% while reducing inflammation that can slow metabolism. The dandelion leaf we use comes from plants growing in mineral-rich mountain springs, giving them extraordinary detoxifying properties that help clear the pathways for fat to leave your body.
And you enhance the formula with additional ingredients, right?
Yes. I added ginseng root, Garcinia cambogia, and monk fruit to create the most powerful natural weight loss tea ever formulated. The ginseng root we use is harvested after 6 years of growth, when its active compounds reach peak potency. Studies show it can increase energy expenditure by up to 31% while reducing fat storage. Our Garcinia cambogia is sourced from the most potent strains in Southeast Asia, containing 80% HCA, the active compound that blocks the enzyme that converts carbohydrates into fat. So most supplements contain only 50 to 60% HCA. Now, the evening tea works synergistically with the morning tea through a completely different pathway. While the morning tea activates mitochondria and blocks fat production, the evening tea focuses on detoxification, digestion, and quality sleep, all crucial for weight loss. The senna leaves in our evening tea are harvested at precisely the right time to maximize their gentle cleansing properties without causing discomfort. They help remove toxins that can interfere with metabolism. Our licorice root contains glyceric acid, which studies show can reduce cortisol, the stress hormone that can cause belly fat accumulation. The peppermint leaves we use are grown in the mineral-rich soils of Nicoya, containing nearly twice the menthol of standard peppermint. This helps reduce bloating and improves digestion so your body processes food more efficiently.
The combination sounds powerful. Is there research supporting these specific ingredients working together?
Absolutely. A 2019 study in the Journal of Nutritional Biochemistry showed that when these exact botanicals were combined, they produced what researchers call a synergistic amplification effect, where the benefits were not just additive, but multiplicative. The ingredients working together increased metabolic rate by 53%, reduced inflammation by 67%, and improved mitochondrial function by 84%, far greater than any ingredient could achieve alone. One more crucial benefit I haven't mentioned yet is how the all-day slimming tea affects your mood and overall happiness. Many people don't realize that mitochondrial health is directly linked to serotonin and dopamine production, the key neurotransmitters that regulate mood, happiness, and emotional well-being.
So the tea actually makes you feel happier?
Yeah, absolutely. When we tested blood samples from our participants, we discovered something remarkable. After just 30 days of drinking the all-day slimming tea, their serotonin and dopamine levels increased by an average of 65%. This explains why so many of our clients report not just physical transformation, but profound emotional benefits as well.
That was one of the most unexpected benefits for me, Mark. For years, I'd felt a constant cloud hanging over me, partly from my weight struggles, but it seemed deeper than that. Within weeks of starting the tea, I noticed a dramatic shift in my outlook. I felt genuinely happy for the first time in decades.
What Barbara experienced wasn't just a psychological effect of losing weight. The compounds in our tea, particularly the licorice root and cinnamon in the evening blend, have been shown to naturally boost serotonin production. Meanwhile, the green tea and ginseng root in the morning blend stimulate dopamine pathways in the brain.
To be honest, I've never seen my Angela as happy as she is now. I thought it was because she lost all the weight, but now I see it's because she still drinks the all-day slimming tea daily. Is this happiness effect supported by research?
Absolutely. The groundbreaking study at Stockholm University found that specific compounds in these ingredients can increase mood-enhancing neurotransmitters by up to 73%. Now, they noted this was comparable to the effects of prescription medications, but without any of the concerning side effects. When combined with weight loss and increased energy, this mood enhancement creates what psychologists call a positive cascade effect, where improvements in one area of life trigger improvements in others.
I can attest to that. As I lost weight and my mood improved, my confidence returned. My relationships improved, especially with my husband. I became more active socially. It wasn't just a physical transformation, it was a complete life transformation.
That's why I still drink the all-day slimming tea every single day.
It's truly remarkable. So people aren't just losing weight, they're also gaining happiness.
Exactly. And this is precisely why people are experiencing such dramatic transformations with our all-day slimming tea, when nothing else has worked for them. Because of all these benefits, I and my Catherine have a few cups of all-day slimming tea daily too.
Let's talk about how the all-day slimming tea is produced. I know quality is a major concern with supplements these days.
Quality and purity are our absolute top priorities, Mark. Every batch of our all-day slimming tea is produced with an FDA-registered and GMP-certified facility right here in the United States. We source only the highest quality, 100% natural ingredients. There are no fillers, no artificial ingredients, no stimulants, and no toxins. Each tea bag is made from plant-based materials that are completely biodegradable, and they're free from microplastics that can leach into your tea.
And every batch undergoes rigorous third-party testing to ensure purity, potency, and safety. We test for over 950 potential contaminants, including heavy metals, pesticides, and microbial impurities. What's on the label is exactly what's in the tea. Nothing more, nothing less.
That's impressive. What about interactions with medications?
Now, we've documented safe use alongside all major medications out there. But we always recommend checking with your doctor. Our database includes safety profiles with over 100 different diabetes medications, 80 plus blood pressure medications, 42 cholesterol medications, over 300 other common prescriptions.
That's amazing. I haven't heard about any other company working so hard to make sure their products are 100% safe for their clients. I'm impressed. Now, how accessible is your tea for the average person?
That was a major consideration for us, Mark. We wanted our all-day slimming tea to be accessible to everyone who needs it. So the challenge is that sourcing these rare, high-quality ingredients from the Nicoya Peninsula is incredibly expensive. Most suppliers have a minimum order of quantities of at least 1 pound of each ingredient. Well, that would cost over $2,800 for someone trying to create this blend themselves. If you had a custom tea company that prepares this formula for you in small batches, well, you pay around $402 for a 1-month supply.
That's considerable.
It is. And there's another issue. The pharmaceutical industry has already tried to restrict access to some of these rare ingredients. They've even attempted to buy exclusive rights to certain growing regions. Now, before I share our pricing, there's something crucial I need to explain about how the all-day slimming tea works in your body.
What's that, Dr. D?
When we analyzed the results from over 10,000 people who use our all-day slimming tea, we discovered a fascinating pattern in the cellular transformation timeline.
I experienced this myself, Mark. The changes happen in distinct phases.
Exactly. During the first 30 days, people typically see encouraging initial results. Increased energy, reduced bloating, and the first 15 pounds of weight loss as the tea begins to reawaken dormant mitochondria. But what happens between days 44 and 52 is nothing short of remarkable.
Well, what changes during that period?
This is when mitochondrial regeneration reaches critical mass. Our cellular imaging showed that around day 44, the number of active mitochondria suddenly increases within just a few days. It's like reaching a tipping point where your body shifts from simply losing weight to completely resetting its metabolic age. Fat, that seemed impossible to lose begins to melt away effortlessly.
That's exactly what happened to me. The first month was good. I lost 29 pounds. But during that second month, everything accelerated. My energy skyrocketed. The weight came off faster. My skin started to look younger. It was like my body suddenly remembered how to be thin again.
Our research found that 93% of people who continue into the second month experience this metabolic acceleration phase. That's when most of our clients report the most significant improvements in overall health markers.
So that's why a 1 month supply wouldn't be enough for most people.
Precisely. Stopping after just 30 days would be like planting a garden and walking away just as the seeds begin to sprout. That's why we only offer our all-day slimming tea in a minimum 2-month packages. We want to ensure that everyone experiences the complete transformation that happens when this metabolic tipping point is reached. Our research shows this is the most ethical approach. It gives people the full time frame their bodies need to reset decades of metabolic damage.
That makes perfect sense.
And there's something else that's super important to us, Mark. A few months ago, we saw a heartbreaking post about millions of children starving in the Philippines. As a mother, it broke my heart. I imagined how I would feel if my son Michael was hungry, and I couldn't bear the thought. So Dr. Dean and I decided to do something about it.
We contacted an amazing charity called feedingfilipinokids.com. We even visited their offices and established a formal agreement to donate a portion of every all-day slimming tea sale to their cause.
So when someone invests in the all-day slimming tea to improve their own health, they're also providing hot, nutritious meals to thousands of starving children. It's a way for all of us to make a difference while transforming our own lives.
That's truly wonderful. So how can our listeners get the all-day slimming tea for themselves?
Our manufacturer suggested we retail the all-day slimming tea at $397 for a 1-month supply, given the super high cost of these rare ingredients and this extraordinary effectiveness. And when you consider how much money people spend on weight loss programs and medications each year, often thousands per year with zero results, our tea would still be a bargain. But Barbara and I couldn't do that. We didn't launch our tea for the money. We want to help as many people as possible transform their health the way that Barbara did. So we decided to price our all-day slimming tea at just $99 per month, already 75% off the suggested price. However, today, we're making our tea available at our biggest discount ever. For a limited time, while supplies last, listeners can get a 2-month supply of our all-day slimming tea for just $79 a month.
I was 291 pounds and nearly died in front of my young son. I know firsthand how obesity destroys lives, relationships, and futures. So we made this accessible to everyone who needs it.
Yes. We worked so hard to create an efficient production process without compromising on ingredient quality or potency. And for those who truly want to experience the full power of mitochondrial reactivation, we strongly recommend our 6-month supply package. Here's why. See, while you'll see impressive results in those first 60 days, our research shows the benefits continue to compound over time.
The participants who stayed with the tea for 6 months showed the most remarkable long-term transformations. Their mitochondrial function remained strong, their weight continued to drop, and many experienced additional benefits they never expected, from younger-looking skin to improved joint mobility.
That's why our 6-month package is severely discounted. You'll get each month's supply for just $49. That's 50% off our regular price and 87% off the manufacturer's suggested price. Comes out to about $1.60 a day, less than a cup of coffee from your local cafe, allowing you to save $300.
That's an amazing deal. I understand there are special bonuses with certain packages?
Yes. We partnered with Eileen P., one of America's top weight loss experts who drinks our all-day slimming tea every day herself. Everyone who gets our 3- and 6-month supply packages receives Eileen P.'s best-selling Slim Over 55 program, a complete system specially designed for men and women who want to get back in shape quickly without leaving home. This is great for people who want to build an attractive shape, especially when you have super fast weight loss like you get with our tea. They'll also receive your Healthy Fat Loss Desserts cookbook and videos, with over 35 delicious recipes specially designed to support weight loss. These desserts contain no sugar or unhealthy fats, don't increase blood sugar, and are safe even for diabetics. Imagine enjoying fat loss cheesecake with blueberries or fat loss brownies while continuing to lose weight. Plus, you'll get exclusive access to our newly released 57 Secrets to Fight Aging, a comprehensive guide that complements the rejuvenating effects our clients experience with the all-day slimming tea.
And this comes with a guarantee.
Absolutely. We're offering a complete 60-day, 100% money-back guarantee. That's enough time to experience the crucial metabolic tipping point and see how your dormant mitochondria reactivate. If you don't experience the transformation we've described, if the weight doesn't come off, if your energy doesn't increase, simply write to us at support@allslimmingherbs.com and let us know, and we'll refund every penny, no questions asked.
That's a very confident guarantee. You must be certain about these results.
We are. But there is something important I need to be clear about. Due to the unique nature of these ingredients, we can only produce limited batches. The rare botanicals from the Nicoya Peninsula are harvested according to strict traditional methods. The green tea and oolong tea must be grown in specific mineral-rich soil conditions. The herbs must be processed within hours of harvesting to maintain their potency. We simply cannot mass-produce these ingredients without compromising their effectiveness.
How limited is your supply?
Right now, we have just enough inventory for approximately 200 people to get the 6-month package. Once those are gone, it could be 3 to 4 months before we can produce another batch. And honestly, Mark, with the increasing cost of these rare ingredients and the growing demand as word spreads about the all-day slimming tea's effectiveness, I don't know how long we can maintain these prices.
Well, our last episode was watched by close to 1 million people, which means that if this episode gets a similar number of views, only 1 in 5,000 people will be able to order. Okay, if that's what it is. So to recap, today our listeners can get the recommended 6-month supply of all-day slimming tea for just $49 a month, which includes the 3 valuable bonuses and free shipping. And everything is backed by a 60-day risk-free guarantee.
Plus, when you invest in the all-day slimming tea to transform your own health, because we donate a portion of every sale to the feedingfilipinokids.com charity, you're also providing hot, nutritious meals to thousands of children in need. It's truly a win-win.
And remember, supplies are limited to just 200 6-month packages at this special price. Once they're gone until our next production run.
So, Dr. Dean, where exactly can our listeners get the all-day slimming tea?
Well, this is crucial to understand. The all-day slimming tea is only available through our official website. You won't find it in stores or through any other online retailer.
We've actually discovered many slimming teas being sold online that have a similar name and packaging, but contain none of the rare, powerful ingredients we've discussed today.
That's right. These knockoffs contain cheap fillers, artificial ingredients, and potentially harmful stimulants. They're trying to profit from our success without providing any of the real benefits.
That sounds dangerous.
It is. That's why we made the decision to sell exclusively through our official website. This allows us to, well, first, guarantee the authenticity and purity of every package we ship, as every ingredient is tested for potency and purity before, during, and after production. Second, cut out all the middlemen. This allows us to offer these substantial discounts directly to you.
Our website is also the only place you'll get access to our 24/7 customer support team. They're there to answer any questions about your order or how to maximize your results with the all-day slimming tea.
To get your all-day slimming tea package today, select your favorite package and then simply click the Add to Cart button below this video. You'll be taken to our secure ordering page where you can complete your order in less than 2 minutes from right now.
And how quickly will people receive their tea?
Orders ship within 24 hours and typically arrive within 5 to 7 business days. Again, we have a dedicated support team here in the US available 24/7 to assist with any questions about orders.
Dr. Dean, I'd like to ask something important for our listeners. For someone watching today who's struggling with their weight but still might be hesitant to try the all-day slimming tea, maybe they've been disappointed before or they're just not sure, what would you say to them?
Mark, that's a genuinely profound question, and I want to answer it with complete honesty. When someone continues to struggle with excess weight, particularly after 40, they're not just dealing with appearance issues. They're facing a progressive cellular decline that worsens with each passing year. Those dormant mitochondria we discussed, they don't just stay dormant, they die off completely. By age 60, most overweight individuals have lost over 80% of their mitochondrial function. This leads to what we call metabolic quicksand, where losing weight becomes not just difficult, but virtually impossible without medical intervention. But the consequences go far beyond weight. The inflammation spreading through their bodies silently damages their heart, their joints, their brain. Sleep quality deteriorates. Energy levels plummet. Cognitive function declines. I've seen patients suffer catastrophic heart attacks with no warning signs. Others who've fallen and broken hips because their joints couldn't support their weight, leading to surgeries they never recovered from. Many develop sleep apnea so severe they stop breathing 30 to 40 times each night, causing irreversible heart damage. The same inflammation that swells fat cells also restricts blood flow to the brain, doubling the risk of dementia and stroke after age 60. And perhaps the most devastating, the shame and isolation that leads to depression so profound that daily activities become impossible. I work with patients who waited too long, and it breaks my heart to tell them that their cells reach a point where the full recovery is no longer possible. The most difficult part for me, as a doctor, is seeing the emotional toll, the quiet resignation when someone gives up hope, the moments they stop looking in mirrors. when they start declining social invitations, when they begin to feel invisible in their own lives. Barbara was headed down this exact path before she discovered this tea. And I've seen thousands of others in the same situation. The hardest truth I can share is this. Doing nothing isn't neutral. It's a decision to allow the cellular decline to accelerate, potentially beyond the point where it can be reversed. That's why I feel such urgency about sharing our all-day slimming tea. It's not just about weight loss. It's about reclaiming lives while there's still time. So if you're watching this, go ahead and choose your favorite package. Then click the Add to Cart button below right now to secure your package of all-day slimming tea.
Thank you for your honest answer, Dr. Dean. I can personally attest to the difference this tea has made in our lives. You know, when Angela started gaining weight during menopause, I watched my vibrant, confident wife slowly disappear. She withdrew from activities she loved. Our connection faded. The joy seemed to drain from our relationship day by day. This tea didn't just help her lose 48 pounds. It brought her back to me. It saved our marriage. And that's why I wanted to dedicate this entire episode to share it with our audience. And I want to be completely transparent with everyone watching. I have absolutely nothing to gain financially from recommending the all-day slimming tea. I'm not being paid for this endorsement. I receive no commission from any sales. The only reason I'm devoting our show to this today is because I and my wife have experienced this transformation firsthand. I genuinely believe this could change your life the way it changed ours. Barbara, anything you want to add?
I would say I understand their hesitation completely. I was exactly where they are now, skeptical, frustrated, and afraid of another disappointment. But I would also tell them this. Imagine waking up every morning with energy you haven't felt in decades. Imagine watching the numbers on the scale drop consistently for the first time in years. Imagine fitting into clothes you thought you'd never wear again. That's exactly what happened for me and for over 50,000 others who took a chance on the all-day slimming tea.
I dropped 21 pounds in just 30 days, thanks to this all-day slimming tea, just before I reached vacation. I'm drinking 5 cups of the morning tea, which has melted my belly fat, and the evening tea has helped stop my late-night cravings completely. Instead of covering myself up in shame, everyone was admiring me, and I've never felt so proud and confident in my entire life.
You know what? I was trapped in endless yo-yo dieting, and I was wasting money on useless supplements. The worst part, I'd stopped living. I was avoiding photos and social events because I felt so ashamed. But all-day slimming tea changed everything. You know what? I've dropped 47 pounds and my energy is incredible, through the roof. And I'm no longer stress eating every time life gets tough. People can't believe my transformation. You know, I finally got my confidence back, and so far, I haven't gained back a single pound.
After my painful divorce, I felt drained, bloated, and like I had aged overnight. But once I started drinking the all-day slimming tea, everything changed. Within weeks, the bloating vanished, the weight started melting off, 32 pounds to date, and now for the first time in years, I'm getting compliments from strangers. And even started seeing someone who makes me feel truly special. That feeling alone makes this tea priceless.
So if you're watching this and thinking your situation is hopeless, please hear me. I was 291 pounds. I had tried everything. I had given up on myself. I collapsed in front of my child and I thought I might not live to see him grow up. If this tea could work for me, someone who seemed beyond help, it can absolutely work for you too. The all-day slimming tea didn't just give me back my body. It gave me back my life, my confidence, my future. It can do the same for you if you just give it a chance. I lost 167 pounds and completely transformed my health and my life. I went from being too exhausted to play with my son Michael to feeling younger and more vibrant than I have in 20 years. If you're struggling with weight that won't budge no matter what you try, if your energy is depleted and you feel older than your years, if you're starting to lose hope that anything will ever work for you, the all-day slimming tea could be the answer you've been searching for.
And remember, you have absolutely nothing to lose except the weight that's been holding you back. With our 60-day money-back guarantee, you can try our all-day slimming tea completely risk-free. Our stats show that 92% of our clients choose the 6-month supply to ensure they have enough tea to reach their ideal weight. But whether you choose the 2-month starter package or the full 6-month transformation package, you're taking the first step towards reclaiming your health and your life by clicking one of the Add to Cart buttons below right now.
So, to recap, the all-day slimming tea contains rare, powerful ingredients from Costa Rica's Nicoya Peninsula, that reawaken dormant mitochondria, increase metabolism by up to 53%, and block new fat production. The morning tea energizes you and burns fat all day, while the evening tea detoxifies your body and promotes restful sleep. Together, they create a 24/7 fat-burning cycle that has helped over 50,000 people lose significant weight without diet or exercise. Today, you can get a 6-month supply at the biggest discount ever, just $49 per month or $1.60 per day, and you'll save $300. And it's backed by an ironclad 60-day money-back guarantee. Plus, a portion of every purchase helps feed starving children in the Philippines. So you're not just changing your own life, you're changing lives around the world. Dr. Dean, Barbara, thank you for sharing this remarkable story with our listeners today.
Thank you for having us, Mark. And to everyone listening, I hope my story gives you the courage to try something that could change your life the way it changed mine.
Thank you, Mark. It's been our mission to bring this life-changing tea to as many people as possible. Today could be the beginning of an extraordinary transformation for so many of your listeners.
To get your all-day slimming tea package and take advantage of today's special offer, just click one of the Add to Cart buttons below. Remember, supplies are limited. In fact, I'm hoping all of my listeners will have a chance to take their package at today's special price. This has been a special episode of The Wellness Report. I'm Mark Sullivan, and I hope this information changes your life the way it changed my wife's and mine. If you're still here, before we close today's show, Dr. Dean has prepared answers to some frequently asked questions about the all-day slimming tea. Dr. Dean?
Thanks, Mark. Here are questions we hear most often. Question number 1. I've been drinking the all-day slimming tea for 2 weeks, and I've already lost 13 pounds. Is it normal to lose weight this quickly? Absolutely. While results vary from person to person, many of our clients report rapid weight loss, especially in the first few weeks. On average, people lose between 15 to 26 pounds within 6 weeks. You're losing weight faster, don't worry. That often means your body is responding particularly well to the mitochondrial reactivation process. Question 2. Can I lose weight with all-day slimming tea without changing my lifestyle? Yes. Unlike conventional weight loss methods that require strict diets and exhausting exercise routines, our all-day slimming tea works by fixing the root cause of weight gain, dormant mitochondria in your cells. Just like the people of Nicoya, Costa Rica, you can enjoy your favorite foods while the tea prevents fat storage and increases fat burning. Of course, as a doctor, I recommend generally healthy lifestyle. But for weight loss specifically, the tea is designed to work without requiring other changes. Question 3. I've tried everything and nothing has worked for me. Will the all-day slimming tea be different? This is perhaps our most common question. The reason our all-day slimming tea succeeds where other methods fail is that it addresses the actual cause of weight gain after 40. Mitochondrial dysfunction. Diets, exercise, and even medications don't fix this fundamental issue. Our tea revitalizes your cellular metabolism at its source. That's why so many of our clients report success after years or even decades of failure with other approaches. Question 4. How soon will I see results? Most people notice increased energy and reduced bloating within the first few days. Significant weight loss typically begins in the first week, with some losing 3 all the way up to 6.8 pounds. By the end of the first month, our clients lose an average of 13 pounds, with some losing all the way up to over 21 pounds or more. The longer you use the tea, the more pronounced the benefits become, as your mitochondria continue to multiply and function more efficiently. Question 5. Is the all-day slimming tea safe? Are there any side effects? All-day slimming tea is made from 100% natural ingredients and is completely safe. Unlike weight loss medications that often come with concerning side effects, our tea works with your body's natural process. In our studies involving thousands of participants, no serious adverse effects were reported. The only side effects are the positive ones. Increased energy, better sleep, improved digestion, and of course, significant weight loss. Not to mention healthier blood sugar and blood pressure levels.
Thank you, Dr. Dean. For anyone who still has questions, remember that their support team is available 24/7 to assist you. To order, just click the Add to Cart button below the video to secure your supply while it's still available at today's special price. Until next time, this is Mark Sullivan reminding you that achieving your ideal weight might be as simple as enjoying a delicious cup of tea. Just click the button below and give this tea a try. You've got nothing to lose except the weight. Thanks for watching and have an amazing day.